Trevor. We've got the reigning champ going up against the force of Crookst.
I feel like I've said this a lot, Paula. I'm just like, dude, this is about to be one of the best games
Of all time?
But like, I genuinely feel like this is going to be one of the most fun matchups for me to watch in a while. So,
bro, if Crookst did this, so for anybody who's just tuning in or not aware, there are some watch parties going on online for Crookst, organized by people from the Minecraft community, and I feel like they're going to be aware of like this trajectory and that he's going up against the world champ, and that if he were to win this, I think it would create even more support for him, and that force would just grow. There's a lot of pressure on Crookst to perform, and Consus is also going to be aware that, you know, taking out Crookst is going to be, you know, as tough as they come.
Let's get into it. Consus is no new man to this. Round 1, game 1, moving best of 5, have to win 3. Move, no move, move, no move, NPZ. Round 1, game 1 starts now.
Let's get it. Best of 5, final match of the day. Winner moves on to that Stockholm City Hall. Loser goes home. And yeah, if someone is going to be in a position like this, going up against someone like Crookst, and with the trajectory and support that Crookst has right now, it is Consus. It is the world champ. We know this guy can perform.
Yes.
In any moment.
I genuinely believe any of these two players could have won the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And one of them still potentially will. So, it comes down to this one in Japan here. Both players starting off on moving in Japan. We did see Crookst zoom in first on the map after he looked at a plate on the pole, taking his time moving around, finding signs.
Trevor, if we're talking about skill gaps and the skill of all of our players here,
Crookst lock in.
As well as Consus' self-awareness, you know, we asked all of our players about who they're most confident facing coming into the tournament. Most players didn't really want to respond to that because they think everyone here is on the same level. Everyone here is great. And Consus actually said that the skill gap has become so close that, you know, everybody in this tournament has a shot.
The skill level between this tournament now this year versus last year, night and day.
Yes, absolutely.
It's expanded so much over the year. Round 2. You have to keep learning or you get left behind. And these players have kept learning. They spend hours and hours. I don't think people understand the grind some of these players do and what it takes. It's a real actual grind. Round 2, we're going to be in Mexico here. This is where the multis do start. Game 1 of the best of 5. Crookst versus Consus. Any player here, winner does advance to the finals on Saturday in Stockholm City Hall. Loser does not.
Once again, we have a tale of two players who have said they prefer no move, and so perhaps getting that first moving game win is a big advantage. Consus taking time. That is another thing that Consus is known for, using as much time as he possibly can.
I think Crookst also likes taking his time unless he has information that he's confident on. Both players getting the state right, but goes to Consus, 400 points.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Trevor. Crookst, this is, in a way, a bit of a mirror match.
Yeah, I can see it. They definitely complement each other and what they're good at. This should be minimal points here in round 3. Looks like we have Belgian. Potentially architecture could be French, but we do see Crookst zooming on Belgium. Does make sense. It's brick, flat brick building. And he's going southern Belgium here. It looks like he's zooming. Both players finding the same sign, going the right direction, same direction. Every point does matter. Both players, similar regions of Belgium.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go.
Crookst lock in first. I feel like that's been the trend so far. He's been locking in.
Both
players on top of each other.
The same town. Checking out the local attractions. Consus maybe 5K'ing this. Oh, it's going to be close. So close.
But no cigar. But still, good confidence boost, 40 points. Leaving Crookst down 500 as he move in to round 4. Consus only losing 8 points. Will he keep the next points here? Looks like we have a Georgia here.
I love the fact that our desk brought up that star on Consus's jersey, because, you know, that's prestige. That's showing I have a chip.
Crookst locking in the Georgia.
I've won one of these before, but it also comes with so much pressure, Trevor.
Consus looking at the reflectors on the road line. Will he see the Georgia reflectors? In Georgia and Florida, you get the reflectors on the outside of the road line. He's going to Louisiana. This will be big points for Crookst. It is.
Oh, good call, T. That's a lot. 4,838 to be exact. Consus suffering a huge blow in round 4, which almost floors him. He's only got 1,000 points left, Trevor.
Round 5. Let's get hype.
I'm hyped.
Let's get hype.
There's a dog on the screen, bro.
Dude, dog.
Dog meta.
Round 5, 3x. This is a Philippines car with the black mirror in the back, black window. Where in Philly do you go here? Probably north.
Some interesting arches on the street. Crookst.
Consus knows.
Resets after looking at a certain sign. Wants to go in a different direction.
The island. No, maybe not. Okay. Maybe just north of him, but we'll see.
Consus very methodically scanning the map. Gently moving.
Players scanning.
His marker.
They're in the exact same area, both scanning the exact same province, using the same bus. So, minimal points here. Unless someone switches last second or it makes it a little
I think they're edging... Oh, no. They are still relatively close. Consus going to take a look at this new sign.
But still so close. He's going to move... Will he move south? He's staying.
Ooh. He actually would have gained a few more points had he ended up a bit more northwest.
Consus needs a big...
Round 6?
It's very hard to come back from 4,000 points on a moving game like this if you have urban areas. So this could potentially be good for Consus as we look like we're going to be in Norway. Will there be signs nearby? Crookst up 4,000 points. Norway, 3.5x damage. We have a south, one player going south, one player going north. Crookst locking in just north of Trondheim here. Locked in. I think it's a good guess. I think it's somewhere around where Crookst is.
Consus, you've only got 10 seconds. 5 now.
He's right there with them.
Right there. Bit further southwest. He needs every inch, and yep, he claws himself close to the location. Keeps himself alive and scores some serious damage.
That's massive for Consus.
Norway, a long country, and, you know, in round 6 with 3.5x, keeping himself alive, but also dealing a solid amount of damage. But can he hold on, Trevor? We're in round 7 now.
What's also
4x.
a big country is the USA. But when you have rounds like this, there may be less distinct. Crookst have one good guess here in Georgia and the US before. Consus, slight mishap there. We do have these like pines. I think you probably just go Washington, Oregon here. Let's move around and see if we can find anything here. It looks like downtown Twilight. Looking for something, some sort of sign. City name, trash can would be helpful. Crookst finds a trash can. Does it say the city on it? Let's find out.
And Consus now
Both
also
players looking at trash.
Looking at the trash.
It will help you not make a trash guess.
Yep.
Front plates, yeah, I feel like it's either Oregon or Washington.
Neither player has opened their map. And we've got 15 seconds left on the round. This is going to be a blitz to the finish line.
This is round 7, big points.
It could be big points.
Crookst going in the line and road up in Oregon. He's clicking Portland.
5 seconds. Consus.
Also going Oregon.
And he's closer. He was barely zoomed in on his map there, Trevor.
Yep.
He plonked that down from quite the distance.
But that's a very common thing for Consus to do. He always... I always think of the Surgut Sand moment last year from the World Cup where Consus was playing foul. Last second opens up one of the best clips of all time, I think, in the GeoGuessr. But he likes to open up that map last second. Scary bit. Round 8.
Keeps us on our toes. It absolutely keeps us on our toes,
Once we get closer to these round 10s, it starts getting scarier for both players. Crookst in the lead. Needs to keep his lead. Round 8, what do we have?
3 more rounds if we're including this one. Crookst, 2.5k ahead.
Both players will know this is Chile with the Chilean pull. Originally guessing Chile can be deceivingly difficult.
Crookst wants to send it, perhaps.
Will he instant? I don't think Crookst has ever instant a single guess in his life, so he'll take his time and find a sign.
I stand corrected. I should say.
Ooh, that was an interesting big lake there that we had to Consus's east. Maybe he'll... Oh, he found the sign.
Crookst
both players found the sign.
Yeah, Crookst also finding a sign. Oh, they're both like essentially in the same area right now.
Yeah, we're
like on the same road, looking at the same sign. Now both scanning. Crookst yet to place his marker. He's can't see them in comparison to each other. 5 seconds. I think there's quite a reasonable
If Crookst
difference.
is somewhat closer, he could pick up and pick game here.
Oh,
wow,
Consus! That might...
No.
Oh, I thought it could bring him back into it.
Yeah.
But it's
close.
still, it's going in the direction he wants, but we've only got 2 rounds left, Trevor.
Those are the type of guesses that you want if you're Consus. Just slow. Crookst is looking for small countries.
Yeah, and Consus is looking for big ones.
He's looking for big countries. He's looking for his drinks. Crookst is hoping for like a Luxembourg and Singapore. But unfortunately for that, we do not get that, and we're back in Chile, it looks like here. Let's make sure. Looks pretty south, though, this time. I'm just going to start the round. I'm too nervous to watch this. Let's just watch. 5x. White card does indicate also. Both players obviously will know. Looking for addresses.
Yep.
It looks
Businesses.
pretty far south. Yeah, I think it's like max south.
And the signage.
I think both players go in the same.
Consus, that's got
Oh, wait.
it.
Consus is locked in. You have
I
to
think
make
Consus
sure.
has stolen it.
I think he might have it. Crookst, where is Crookst looking? He's going a little more north. He could not have it. It could be Crookst. Crookst, is it more north? Is it more south? They're far apart. This is game for someone. It's Consus!
And it's game for Consus. This is the 5K. It's almost absolutely on the money. Regardless, he'll get paid.
Game 1 goes to Consus. In the move. This is a best of 5.
Wow, and he was down
Yeah.
basically all the rounds there. And then when it mattered the most, he had
locked in.
that city, small town, whatever you want to call it, on the money. Almost like 3 points off the 5K.
This is a best of 5. Anyone's game.
I can't
Great.
imagine how the Crookst watch party are doing right now.
They believe.
Oh, they'll believe, but yeah, that's a tough blow.
I mean, listen, how many times have we seen the one game up doesn't really mean much. You have to win 3. You have to win 3, but Consus, it's a lot harder to get those 3 against the former world champion.
Yeah. Are we good to go? Do we need to wait a bit? Because it looked like Consus was cool.
Yeah, we'll just chill here for a bit. We'll talk.
Admin.
We'll talk. But yeah, this is for me, like these games, I'm a fan more than like first and foremost, more than anything here. I enjoyed this game, watching this game just as much as everyone else. So give me a mic, but this is fun to watch. I have the same heart rate probably most people at home have. It's exciting to watch this game. Who would have thought this game could be so exciting?
And what's funny enough is that our players probably have double the heart rate.
Probably. Probably. Actually, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's incredible watching the action go back and forth and seeing how some of these games play out. Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate, Crookst was up for at least, I don't want to put an exact number, but so I'm going to say the majority of that game. And he'd by the end of it built a couple thousand points of lead, being ahead. And then, yeah, a round comes in a big country, and Consus has the city.
I've said it before, it's a game of consistency. And we saw that with Crookst against the Happy Valley Goose Bay guess that he had to win. It's all it takes is that one good guess later in the game.
Yeah, we've got the crew checking in on Consus right now.
Check him PC. He got one good guess and they out here. No, I'm just kidding.
Admin, check.
Him.
P.
C.
Yes. Something's going on. We'll keep you all informed at home when we get details. But for now, you have just our voices.
What more could you want? Our voices with Consus. That's W. That's a cool. Look at the jersey though. He has like the star, and then it looks like on the patch, his right arm, he has like the golden.
Okay, is that another difference?
I can't tell.
The gold patch.
I don't know, but it looks like it could be.
Looks like Consus is rebooting up. At least from what we can see on our side in the studio. He's checking his settings.
Yep. you want to make sure everything is going like well for the players. You don't want to put them in any sort of scenario that they're not used to, whether it's mouse speed, whether it's the game sounds.
Competitive.
You want to replicate the home feeling as much as you possibly can.
Competitive integrity of the utmost importance here at the GeoGuessr World Cup 2024. It was what, like roughly a year ago or just a bit?
Last October.
When we did that first qualifier together. And
that might have been last September. Yeah, I think it was like a year ago.
September, October?
It was around September.
It was the end.
It was like end of August, September, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had our 2023 World Cup. And look at how things have grown already since then, in just a year.
We're going to the City Hall. Let that sink in. It's outside. Let that sink in.
I think they should give you the Nobel Prize for GeoGuessr, bro.
I'm good.
No?
Nah.
All right. Maybe we should give our champion the Nobel Prize for GeoGuessr. I guess
I'm sure they would take it.
Huh?
I'm sure someone would take it.
Yeah. Consus just making sure all of his settings are correct. Again, we've got a couple of extra screens in the studio. He's just checking the speed of his mouse.
Yeah, it looks like a mouse problem here, but
making sure everything lines up to his expectations. And at some point, consensus will be a positive one.
I think he's just trying to play mind games on Crookst.
No, I don't believe Consus.
I'm just kidding. Crookst, yeah, these are probably the two least likely people to do that in this tournament. No. Not really, but...
Once again, everybody at home, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting. Don't forget about our player jerseys that are being sold and helping contribute to our prize pool here. So if you'd like to support, please do go ahead and do so. You know, contribute to what is a fantastic event that you can make even better. It's a celebration of GeoGuessr. It's not just a competition. We are appreciating the past and the present and building the future of this competitive scene. So get involved, show some love if you can. It's massively appreciated.
There is two. We do have two Dutch representation this year. So
who's the second?
Consus and Armani.
Armani, yes. We'll see him tomorrow.
We will.
Yes.
Hopefully. Yeah, Group C and D tomorrow. Group A and B today. C and D tomorrow will be fun. And then Friday, we got the community meetup.
Yeah, which some fans, or fans will be attending as well.
Yep.
Can meet your heroes, meet the players.
And Stockholm if you're around.
Yeah, hang out.
And then
sort of a pre-party, pre-celebration to the main event.
Yeah, Stockholm City. Have you been to Stockholm City Hall?
No, I mean, I think it's a completely abnormal thing. You don't get to go.
GeoGuessr's got motion like that?
GeoGuessr got motion, brother. Like, it's... I know to some... Like, of course, so they hold the Nobel Prizes, or prize there every year. And then I know some sort of... I don't know what the word is, like, corporate or like... those types of events, they're more like, you know... What's the word? Cordial, like... posh or like, you know, things different to gaming. It's not like you can go there and experience a concert or an esports event. I'm pretty certain that this is a world first under the banner of GeoGuessr. So it's a massive achievement to have an event.
Fire Instagram pic out of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
a massive achievement to be in a space like that for all of us involved.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Everybody at home.
It's cool. The game has come from, you know, Twitch on couple hundred viewers 2 or 3 years ago to the Stockholm City Hall for $25,000+. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
There's this new milestone. Buy some jerseys. Get the avatar drip. Still trying to figure out Consus's little tech issues here, but we should be joining here soon, it looks like.
Yeah,
a little mental break there for both players.
Yeah, I think now we are back in, at least looking at our screens. We'll get the official go-ahead shortly, but it looks like both players are ready to go with our first no move. Consus certainly going to be feeling good. That does not mean Crookst is going to be feeling bad, but yeah, getting that first moving is exactly what you want. It's momentum that all the players appreciate and need. And here we go into game 2 of 5.
No time to waste.
In our final matchup of the day, best of 5 knockout, Crookst versus Consus.
This is game 2. So this will be the no move. We do only get that 1 360 panorama. Mission, house, museum. What that look like.
Ever been there, Trevor?
Can't say I have. Can't say I have. It's a pretty interesting location here, actually. I'm not sure how far. I feel like you go pretty north here, but how far north do you go? That will be a Canada flag, Paula, unless you're unaware.
Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that.
Looking out for you.
Sometimes I do need someone to help connect my 2 brain cells together.
That's why we're here. A little area code.
Night real estate.
Their Canadian area codes.
Crookst taking another look at that mission house, museum, and gallery.
We also saw, for those out there learning, we also saw a checkered triangle diamond sign there that is Canadian specific. 13 seconds left. Crookst and both players kind of in Ontario, Quebec border.
Both moving so fast when it comes down to
Both in Ontario,
final seconds. Crookst getting closer. And it's solid damage for round 1.
600 points round 1, nothing to scoff over.
Man, if you get a guess like that midway through a game, it's huge points.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple more multis on that, that's 2,000-3,000. 1.5x. These are French signs, D42.
Yep.
Yellow signs don't really mean much.
Just 1 360 and a dream. Crookst perhaps considering close to the Belgian border.
Both players scanning. Will be pretty small on the map, so unlikely, but I'll scan with them. Looking for any sort of... No one can find it. 20 seconds left. They'll use all 20 more seconds here.
I think they will, Trevor. With 10 seconds left, who will lock first?
They're both pretty north, so regardless, it'll be minimal points.
Yeah, I think they might just let the clock go on this one, Trevor.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're both very, very close. And Consus again.
Consus does decide to lock with 2 seconds left. And a bit closer than Crookst.
Minimal points. Has moved to round 3. An MPZ here, this is a very difficult location. This is not an MPZ though.
But it is no move.
It is no move.
It's halfway there.
Yeah, but unfortunately the car, if we turn around, does give away the country. So now the question is, how would you region guess this?
Yeah, beyond the car, Trevor.
We also
what
have
else
basketball
do we have
goals.
here?
Basketball hoops are a big W for Philippines. They love their basketball.
They do indeed.
It's a W sport.
But we're in the Philippines, you know?
Yeah, I like the lose-on guess. I do like the Crookst lose-on guess. Consus, where will he go? This is kind of interesting. It looks like some sort of development that's going on here, so...
2x damage. There's a chance of a wide discrepancy between our players, considering beyond the car, we've got somewhat limited information. 10 seconds left. Consus, once again, only going to be opening his map in the final few moments.
He's going just outside Manila. Both players pretty close.
Yeah.
In the end.
And it's Crookst, slightly closer. A northern guess there, a further north guess for Crookst there could have paid massively. But still, winning round for him nonetheless.
Round 4. I think this is a pretty... I would call this an NMPZ bait round, I feel like, almost, because immediately when you would spawn in, you would see the dashed outer lines like that. You would want to go Sweden or Estonia with this field. But if we look to our south there, we see the hanging Danish signs. Looks like there. So that would indicate that we will be in Denmark. Both players will end up there with the signs. Without those, do they? Probably, but it might be a little more tough.
Consus scanning the horizon using that full 360 to get as much information as he possibly can. A rare earlier map opening by him as well, just as Crookst locks in.
And they're going to be close once again.
They're very close, Trevor. Very, very close.
German border.
Crookst slightly closer.
235.
Very few points in that round and the round before. But yeah, now we are in round 5, and we are on 3x in a desolate location, a dirt road.
Dirt road with a white car. This will bring us to Chile, looks like, potentially.
Chile sometimes delivers very exciting rounds,
And we
Trevor.
did see, I mean,
yeah, we
did
did
see the Consus Crookst losing on Chile before just a couple of moments ago. So Crookst is looking for a comeback story here. Both players scanning once again so close. They're on the same lake, same national forest. Scanning up and down the arch border. Consus is staying by lake. They're both right there looking at the exact same roads. 30 more seconds. No player will probably lock in. They'll probably let this time go out as they scan for this river that we see. Because getting the right road here with this river will be massive points for someone. We do see Crookst has found a white road with a river. Is it the right one? Who knows? Consus is still scanning. It's to our east. Locked in, locked in. Consus.
Consus closer.
Not too many points, but it's something.
Actual location further north. Chance for points there. Not capitalized on by either player.
Round 6.
Round 6, second half of this game.
This is an interesting location. I will say that at the least. Immediately both players will know this is European. The question after that is, where in Europe do you go? And if you were to ask me that, I wouldn't be able to answer for you. So thank you for not asking, Paula.
No problem. I'm here to help.
45 seconds. Yeah, I don't know what to go here. Blue skies. Zooming on the copyright. We do see. Not sure what the copyright was. We do see a France guess here, or hover by Crookst. Consus has yet to open up his map. The road quality, yeah, like it feels like it's such an. Yeah, I don't know. 2024 copyright we can see on Crook's screen. Makes sense. 13 seconds. Crookst is in France. Consus has not opened his map. They could both be very close. They could both be very far. One person could be close. It could be big points. We do see Bulgaria, Romania guess here by Consus. Crookst is staying in France. Where is it?
Oh!
Hungary, but closer for Consus.
Much closer for Consus. 3.5x damage, and suddenly he has a massive lead. Crookst rubbing his face.
Not
a bit of frustration there.
Not an easy round by any means.
Disappointment.
Not those Europe roads.
Consus, the consistency of Consus.
He's going for a 2-0 victory, which would be massive for the momentum here. We do have the old Portuguese plates. We have a Portuguese pole there with the holes in the ladder.
This game is having the exact same trajectory as game 1 right now, Trevor. Well, not exact, but close.
The reverse, because then wasn't Consus behind and he came back at the end?
Yeah, sorry, let me rephrase that. But Consus in the final rounds or the later rounds coming back and scoring big.
And that's not far-fetched here as we get to late multis. Anything can happen. But on a country like Portugal, it's pretty small, relatively, to region guess. It will be harder, and both players click on top of Crookst will be slightly closer.
Slightly out of character, faster, not necessarily fast or anywhere near an AZ level, but slightly out of character by Crookst to lock in so soon there. Gets us very quickly into round 8. Crookst was slightly closer in that last round, and he needs to be a lot closer in this one to stay alive, Trevor.
Yes, this will be one of those rounds here where I feel like if he's not closest, he's eliminated. And he's going to instantly zoom in. Do we see the first instant guess here by Crookst?
10 seconds down.
I feel like Crookst is pretty good at Brazil, so if anyone was going to get a good guess here, it might be him. Consus also nothing to scoff over in Brazil. Very talented player all around. Crookst lining something up here. Looking for mountains west.
Yep, scanning those mountains, seeing if he can find them on his map. Zooming out.
You have to assume
refining his position, Trevor.
The closer we get to 15 seconds, the closer I don't think he'll click. So we might wait it out for the next 20 seconds, and it's looking like we will. Consus has not opened his map. He will know it's Brazil.
Consus yet to open.
And he will know the general area of Brazil. But Brazil is a big country.
It is a big country. There's a difference here, Trevor. There's enough of a distance where it could end Crookst. I don't know if it could end Consus. Oh, and it is Crookst that's closer. How much damage is that going to be? 4.5x, it's 1.7k, almost. And we're going to go into round number 9, Trevor. Oh, 3k
round
versus like 700.
Number 9.
2 rounds with massive, juicy multis, Trevor. It is anyone's game.
Anyone's game. Crookst, looking for big, hard countries. Round 9.
Beautiful horse.
Horse. This time we have the horses in the front. Thank you for laughing.
That we do indeed. Crookst looking at Norway.
You have the red house there to our distinct architecture to the south. With the hills, you really wouldn't get that in Sweden. We do have coast. Is that coast to our south? If that's coast to our south, I think Crookst is a really good guess. I think it was coast I saw to the south. Wait. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe it's just something like, it looks like there might be land on the other side. So maybe it's
considering switching
not
north.
South coast, but like an island there in the west, south of Bergen. Consus will also get Norway here, but with 700 points.
Oh.
No, he'll get there.
Yeah.
It'll scare you.
He will.
He'll get there.
He'll scare me. I always get baited like that, Trevor.
Will he get there?
Oh, but look, Crookst is Sonny shot off. Wait, I'm trying to make sense of what's going on now between the two players because there seems to be quite a difference here.
This is difference. Who's closer? Is Consus gonna move back? Consus!
Oh, Consus! You've done it again. Round 9 goes in your favor, and now you are 2-0 up in this knockout game. One more, and you'll be heading to that Stockholm City Hall.
You know, this game of GeoGuessr, it's very back and forth, and anything can happen. But the position you don't want to be in is down 0-2 to the previous World Cup champion.
He needs a reverse sweep, Trevor. That's what that means.
Possible. We've seen it before. And we'll probably see it again at some point.
Yep.
So why not now? But Consus, has anyone done against Consus is the real question. That I don't know.
Yep, Consus' consistency over those first 2 games, just hard to match. It's now on Crookst, perhaps to act like a crook and steal away the next few games, Trevor. To stay alive, he needs to get it to NMPZ.
But first, we have to go to moving. Game 3, round 1, moving. Starts us off in what looks like Brazil again. Brooks has had a couple good Brazil guesses. I hear the heartbeat and like the music, and it makes my like. This is intense. Northeast, super dry, makes sense. Both players will go northeast here, but deceivingly, you know, could be close, but could be a lot of points even on no multis.
Crookst with a faster lock. Consus going to spend his remaining time, 3 seconds for when he opens his map, and it's Consus that ends up closer. Consus,
500 points.
Hands clasped together. Crookst actually mirroring him.
Round 2.
The tension in the studio.
Gas price.
Can only imagine how tense it is downstairs, Trevor. You know, when I was doing the interviews earlier and you go down there, obviously there's a break in the tension when the match is over, but you can still feel, you know, that in the middle of these matches, it's a cold, harsh environment.
Yeah.
It's a battle, you know, a battle of life versus death in this case.
We just see one of the players zoom in on Michigan. No front plates. Welcome to Liberty.
You know, we've had a heavily rainy day in Stockholm today, Trevor. You don't want to be going home, exiting the studio and looking at that.
No front plates, usually makes you want to go more south.
Oh!
Wow! Consus,
what a guess! Oh
3,000.
my, all of a sudden, there's a huge lead in favor of Consus. And it looks like he'll be the one waking up tomorrow and appreciating, hopefully, some sunshine. Crookst on the back foot, back against the wall. Now more than ever, Crookst, you've got to swing this in your favor. For yourself, for your fans.
He's grinded.
In the watch party.
Consus is going to instance in Bangladesh. Looks like, or at least I've never seen him open up that map that quickly, so Consus can read Bengali.
That's a big advantage in a
round
like this,
I don't know
Trevor.
if Crookst can, but the way he's zooming on the addresses, I feel like he obviously can.
Consus locks first.
Both players reading, and they both got there. Yep. What people probably forget, just southeast of them on that bridge, but what people forget is that most of these players in this position in this World Cup have learned to read a lot of languages for GeoGuessr, and that's one of them. Round 4. This is interesting. This is the first Kirk we've seen of the day. This will probably be very minimal points, which is not really what. It's one of those things where it's if you're Crookst, it's not really exactly what you want to see because it's kind of an obvious country. There's information everywhere. And Consus is going to line the road up outside lake. Usually you do get the, it's fake meta, but usually you do get the more puddles. I think over there.
Consus, have you got the road?
I'm pretty confident in his guess. But Consus has a little bit of face emotions going on there. I'm not sure what he's hinting at. They're both players on the lake.
Maybe both players think they found the road, Trevor.
Consus is on the... Yeah. Well, the road... Yeah. Consus is getting closer there because... Yeah, and they're... I think Crookst might have... Yeah, but regardless, this will be very minimal points because they're both right down the stretch of each other. And
Crookst, what a guess.
And that is exactly where Consus was, but moved off of. Happens.
Does. Happens to the best of us. And last year, Consus was literally the best of us. That's our current world champion, ladies and gentlemen, everyone at home. That's why he's got the star on the chest.
To run it back to back.
He's trying to do it back to back. He made history last year. He wants to continue that history, build his legacy this year.
I mean, the legacy, if he was to win back to back, would be insane. And such a...
If I'm not mistaken, the winner of this would play Blinky in the quarterfinals?
I don't want to say anything that would die because I don't know.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. Maybe someone in my ear, one of my producers can tell me, but I think I heard that, the whispers of that in the corridors.
We did have...
If Consus were to win, it would be our final of last year in a quarterfinal.
We did have Hungarian polls in language. And scanning for this body of water that we have to our south here, Crookst outside Budapest. And does his body of water line up? Not quite sure, but he looks somewhat confident in it. Again, not the biggest country to pick up points on. Assuming it's also maybe central. It could be west, but you have to assume both players make a similar guess here that keeps it very minimum points. Looks like they're both outside Budapest, and wow, Consus last second pushed the right body of water.
3x. 800 points of damage. It looks like he might run away with this series 3-0. Crookst has it all to do, Trevor, as we head into round 6.
It's an uphill battle.
It is absolutely an uphill battle.
I'm standing up. I'm getting hype. 3.5x damage round 6. We're driving left here. South Africa with the Gen 4 blue car. We have a hill. Are these the northern Pretoria Hills? It looks like both players are going the north of Pretoria Hills. But also South Africa is one of those countries where you can find a sign very, very quickly if you find the main road. So both players will be speeding to find one of those. And Consus does. And he will line this up. Crookst not found the sign yet. One of those things where if Consus 5Ks this and Crookst, he could lose 1,600 points on 3.5x.
He could. think you are correct, Trevor.
And that would be 3-0, and he would be eliminated. Consus would advance. He's just outside Pretoria here.
20 seconds.
Where will Crookst go? He doesn't have the same information. Consus doesn't know where it is.
10 seconds.
Just click Pretoria. Do we see Pretoria guessed by 2 players here? Crookst lining roads up, going more north. Both players going slightly more north.
Oh, Crookst. You've done enough. 938. So if Consus, if the roles were reversed here, it wouldn't be GG.
True. Would have been close. Would have been close. Round 7.
Yeah, it's not a huge swing there from Crookst to Consus, but it's enough. Crookst wins a round. He does some damage. Perhaps that helps build the confidence as we head into quadruple damage in round 7.
This is interesting. We have white car. Russia, looks like.
Oh, Russia, big country.
Or silver. Massive country. I mean, this is actually maybe what you want to see if you're Crookst.
Crookst zooming in on the car.
Because
Consus with a sign.
Consus can read Cyrillic.
Oh.
Crookst locked in.
It's quite a difference.
You have to assume if Crookst is locking in like that, you have to assume he's confident. Consus, kind of close, but also not far enough, I don't think. He's right there. It could be a couple thousand points.
But if Consus is that close, that could be GG. 4x. Oh, it's
by 2 points.
2 points extra.
2 points.
Consus does it. 3-0.
Wow.
And our current world champion will get a shot at continuing his legacy in a couple of days.
And that wasn't a bad performance by Crookst at all. That's just an example of how good Consus really is. As soon as he gets a couple games in him, he's a different man, I feel like, and he's confident. That was what a beauty to watch that.
Crookst not only played well in that series against Consus, he played well across the course of today, but unfortunately today, that dream no longer alive, of heading into the playoffs of our World Cup.
I have a feeling that won't be the last we see of him
No.
either, though. Definitely not. Definitely not. So well played to Crookst. Shout out to everyone supporting him.
Yeah.
And well played to Consus.
And let's talk a bit about Consus because, it was sort of a surprise to have him here battling for his life as the current world champion, to some extent, even if it's just a small extent.
Yeah.
But he proves his mettle, he proves his worth, and he will have a chance at continuing the legacy, at defending his title that he currently has.
We're going to get the Blinky Consus rematch.
I think so. I don't quote, but I mean, maybe Des can clarify. But I think that's what I heard in our holding room.
We'll see.
That the winner of this would go on to play Blinky, and if that is the case, it would be a rematch in the quarterfinals of our final last year, which was Consus Blinky, and in an absolutely electric
the first game
matchup
of the day today.
Yeah,
that Blinky won, which is why Consus is here. So, anyways, GG's.
Yeah, very soon we'll head back to the desk. Haven't quite been told to until now. All right, Trevor, great to cast again. We'll be back tomorrow. For now, though, let's head back to the desk.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Rainbolt, taking us through 2 very interesting best of 5s. And now we have the winner of our last match of the day, moving on to Stockholm City Hall to play our current reigning champion. Congratulations, Consus. How you feeling?
I feel great, obviously. I was in some trouble earlier today when I barely got to the 3rd place, so I was happy to make that already. And now I make it to Saturday, but that's kind of my goal for this year, so I'm happy with that.
Do you think there was a difference in the play that you brought to this best of 5 versus the other, what you've played the rest of today?
Yeah, I think these games were way more solid. I made too many big mistakes earlier today, and this game barely. I missed only a few rounds, but no huge blunders.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like watching this match, I saw the Consus of the last World Cup, which I feel like I haven't seen as much recently. Do you think something changed? I mean, especially earlier today, as you were just mentioning, some games you didn't feel as great about. Was there a change in mindset, anything like that? What do you think did it for you?
It's hard to say what's different. Maybe it's just small things that are in your head. I don't know. It's the the vibe you bring to the game. I don't know, just these small things that I can't really explain. But I felt good in this one.
Yeah, maybe you just needed the best of 5 format.
Well, it's kind of more safe. If you lose the first game, you know it's not close to over. So I guess, you're more relaxed going into it.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations, Consus. I gotta ask, if you do these last-second clicks on the map, do you not get scared? Are you really used to it?
I was laughing a bit after the Norway round because that should have not went through.
Yeah,
that was very last second, very last millisecond maybe. Yeah, I was lucky that it went through.
Yeah,
and some of the other ones, it was very close, but that one was lucky, I would say.
Ended up being such a good guess. Yeah,
it was a game-winning guess.
Yeah,
so, it was clutch.
Amazing.
As a viewer, we didn't even see the change of the guess. I didn't see it. It was very last second. I was surprised you actually got your guess down there. But yeah, congratulations. Very solid gameplay. See you Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And before I let you go, I want to give you the opportunity of so many people cheering for you, so many people excited to see you take another shot at the world title. Anything you want to say to everyone watching?
Well, to the people that saw me last year, and became a fan of me, I'm glad to show it again today. So, I'll see you again Saturday.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your insights. Thanks for coming on the desk. And congratulations once more to making it to the Saturday games at the Stockholm City Hall.